Good morning, everyone. Today, I'm going to show and present a use case that allows to create a list of datasets and tables in Google Cloud and BigQuery with Pulumi and Python. I proposed previously this use case for the community, but with Terraform and also to show how to configure elegantly the list of datasets and tables to create in a Json configuration, for example. Previously, the firstly presented use case with Terraform showed how to parse this configuration file with Terraform and retrieve the list of datasets and tables with HCL, and how to add the Terraform resources to create elegantly in a scalable way the list of datasets and tables. And then with this use case, no need to change the code if, for example, we want to add a new dataset or table in our configuration. Today, I wanted to do the same use case, but with Pulumi instead of Terraform. Pulumi is very interesting because the approach is different, and instead of use the HCL language and this kind of declarative language, we can use a programming language like Python, Go, and other, because Pulumi proposes different SDKs with different languages. And I wanted today to do the same use case with a configuration file containing and proposing the list of datasets and tables in a Json configuration file. Then load this file with Pulumi with Python, for example. Then with some code logic, we can add a loop on this list of datasets and also the list of tables, and create the infrastructure in Google Cloud Platform. Some words about me. My name is Mazloum Tosun. I am a Google developer expert on Google Cloud, and also head of Data and Cloud at Group Biz, that is a freelancer group in France. I am very active in social media network. You can, for example, follow me in X Twitter, for example, and also in LinkedIn. And also feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel in order to support our work for the Google Cloud community. Here you can see the schema of the use case. As I said previously, I written and showed this use case firstly with Terraform, and today I propose the same with Pulumi and the Python SDK. At the left of this diagram, we have the CI/CD part with Cloud Build, and this project is hosted in a Github repository. And from a Github repository, we can, for example, launch some Cloud Build jobs and Cloud Build manual triggers. The code will configure the list of datasets and tables in a Json configuration file. Then we will propose with Cloud Build three different jobs. One, to preview the changes in the current infrastructure. If the preview it's okay and correspond to the expected changes, we can then execute the Pulumi update, and at the end of this use case, we will destroy the infrastructure used for this project. The Pulumi preview corresponds, for example, to a Terraform plan. If, for example, we compare the two words and the two worlds between Terraform and Pulumi. The preview corresponds to a Terraform plan, for example, and the Pulumi update corresponds, for example, to a Terraform apply, and the Pulumi update really creates or update the infrastructure in the dedicated and expected cloud, for example, here Google Cloud. The use case is simple here, and at the end we will create the list of datasets and tables in BigQuery. I will leave the slides and go to the code and show a code demo with all the parts, all the code parts. For example, I have a root folder called infra here. This root folder will propose in resource folder the list of dataset and tables, the list of configuration, the configured dataset and tables. I have, for example, a dataset called TeamLeague Row Pulumi. I then propose all the metadata for this dataset, the current dataset. For example, I have the region, the free-handling name, and also the description. Then I propose the list of tables inside the current dataset. I have a second dataset here, correspond to a dataset for domain data, for example, for TeamLeague. And in the same principle, I give all the needed fields for this dataset and also the list of tables for this dataset. To talk a little bit on some elements for the tables. In the first block here, I don't given, for example, the element that concerns partitioning and clustering, because we consider this field are optional, for example, and I simulate here a first block without optional fields for a table, and for the second block I give some elements that concern the partitioning and also elements concerning the clustering. The partitioning allows to optimize the cost for BigQuery, and when we will perform some SQL queries with BigQuery, we can, for example, prevent to use a full scan with BigQuery, and the cost for BigQuery is per query and for the data processed. And in this case, I give some elements concerning the partitioning, and also for performance that concerns how to improve the processing time of SQL queries in BigQuery, we can also use a clustering. The configuration is very human readable in this case, and very simple to understand. We have our list of dataset, and inside each dataset we have the list of tables. Also a detail. In Google Cloud, for example, we can, with Pulumi today, I will firstly launch the use case from my local machine and my shell session with the Pulumi SDK and CLI. Then I will launch the same use case, but with a CI tool like Cloud Build. Firstly, for Pulumi, we can, for example, from the CLI, we can install Pulumi in our machine, for example. And with this command line, we can, for example, generate a new Pulumi project. And for example, in this case, if I launch this command from a folder, it will, for example, generate a scaffolding, a structure. And in this case, the structure is we need having a main file, a main configuration file for Pulumi. Here, Pulumi YAML. And in this file, for example, we have the name of our current project, and we need to give the current runtime. In this case, I choose to work with Python. The runtime is Python in this example. And I need to have a backend for my current infrastructure as code and the current state. By default, Pulumi proposes to host the current state in his cloud, for example, Pulumi Cloud. But in this example, I wanted to show how to use a traditional approach in Google Cloud and a backend with cloud storage, in cloud storage. I created this bucket called Pulumi state, and I have, for example, a root folder called main, and in this folder I will host all the remote state for my current infra as code with Pulumi. And all my remote state will be added and uploaded in this folder inside this bucket. We can also give a description in this configuration file. And with Pulumi, we have the concept of stacks. We can, for example, isolate an infrastructure per stack. And this concept is similar to the Terraform workspaces. For example, I can isolate an infra for my current local testing in dev environment. And I can create, for example, a dev stack and test my current infra code in a dev stack, for example, to isolate this infra in order to prevent the collisions between other shared infra or others shared infra pair developers, for example, or pair environment. And in this case, the Pulumi new command also generated a default stack, for example, for me. And in this example, I will firstly launch my infra as code example and use case from my local machine with the Pulumi CLI. Then I will also use another stack called main, and this stack will be used from the CI tool and Cloud Build. To show a little bit the code, the Pulumi new command also generated for me a requirement.txt file. For example, with Python, we need to have the Python Pulumi package, for example. And also, I need to have the Pulumi GCP Python package to work for the resource that concerns Google Cloud. Also, a detail in this folder, resource. I have, for example, my configured dataset and tables. I also give schema for BigQuery, for my BigQuery tables. If I show again this configuration, for each table, I give the path of the schema for the current table. And the schema is proposed here in this folder, schema. Also a detail, when I launch this command, Pulumi by default generate for me a virtual env. It's very important to have this concept because with Python, usually it's better to use a virtual env to isolate the Python environment. And if, for example, we install some Python packages in our machine, we don't want these packages will be installed globally in our machine, but we want these packages will be isolated in a virtual env. And in this case, we prevent the collisions between packages and between all the projects, all the Python projects used from my local machine. And by default, the command line generates all the skeleton for me and all the boilerplate code for me with Pulumi in the also the virtual env based on the Python packages proposed in the requirement.txt file. If, for example, we use other Python packages, we can add them in this file. And it's okay for the environment and the skeleton generated by Pulumi command line. Then I have a main.py file proposed for Pulumi, and this file corresponds to the entry point of the Python application for Pulumi. I will, for this example, I have two files. The first file allows to load the dataset and tables configuration, load it in the Python world, and I can here with this method get dataset with tables config. We can with this syntax retrieve the current directory with Python. The current directory is here, is from this file, and this file is inside the infra folder. I retrieve the current directory, and then the directory that contains my configuration file. Then I invoked a method with Python from a file path. I load this file as a list of dict with this method Json load, and then I retrieve my list of datasets here with tables as a list of dict as expected. And it's very interesting because no need here to type my returning object here. I can work more comfortably with a list of dicts and retrieve all the needed fields for my dataset and tables here. I think it's okay. For each table, when I will loop on my tables, I need also to retrieve the list of BigQuery schema for the current table. And in this case, I will pass the current table, and then I will retrieve the file path for the current schema here, for example. And then I invoke a Python method that allows to read a file as a string. And then my schema is in a string form, and I can pass this string in the current object to create a table with Pulumi. I think it's good. I will go again in the main PY file, and here, as I explained previously, I will retrieve the list of configured dataset with tables. The dataset and tables I retrieve with this method and then exposed in this field. Then I go again in the main PY file. I will add a for loop in the dataset, for example, retrieve the current dataset ID. The dataset ID is proposed here, for example, in this field, in a dict. Then I will invoke this method getDataset, and in this second file called dataset with tables with Pulumi, I pass the current dataset node from my configuration. I retrieve the dataset ID, and then Pulumi propose, for example, an object. This object is proposed by this package Pulumi GCP, and with this given object I can create the dataset in BigQuery. I have access to all the needed fields in this object. I pass an ID for the resource, the current resource with Pulumi. I pass the dataset ID, the friendly name, also a description, and the location for my current dataset. after to build the current dataset, I will add a for loop on the list of tables per dataset. The list of tables is here from the configuration file. I had a for loop in a tables, then I have access to the current table in the for loop, and then I will invoke, I give two methods here in the dataset with tables file. As I explained previously, I have some optional fields in my configuration file. For example, in the first block, I don't give the partitioning fields and the clustering fields. And in the second, I will give these elements, the field concerning the partitioning. That's why here I will, for example, test if the partitioning type fields is passed in the current node and the current element from the configuration file. If the partition type fields is given, I will load this method that build a table with partitioning fields. Else I will build the method without the partitioning block. If I go in this first block, I pass the current dataset object. It corresponds to the dataset object provided by Pulumi. And I also pass the configuration for the current table. Why I passed this element in this method is because I need to indicate a dependency between my dataset and the current table. Here, I need to indicate the current table depends on the current dataset. It allows Pulumi to create the infra in the correct order and the expected order. I need firstly that the dataset will be generated firstly for my infra, and then generate all the tables for the concerned dataset. I also need to pass this element deletion protection as false because in this case, normally this field by default is proposed as true in order to prevent the deletion of BigQuery tables, because the deletion of tables is very sensitive. But in this example, at the end of the use case, I will destroy the infra at the end of the presentation. That's why here I pass the deletion protection as false in order to be able to delete the infra and the BigQuery tables at the end of this use case. I pass the current dataset and the current table. The dataset is retrieved from the dataset object. I also pass all the elements concerning the BigQuery table. And I need also to add this node concerning the partitioning. And in the method that I showed previously, I give the possibility to load the schema of the current BigQuery table. I retrieve from the configuration of the table, I retrieve the path of the schema and unload it as a string. I pass it here in the schema field for the current object, and at the end I pass the element options that indicates that the table depends on the current dataset. And I think it's good for the node concerning the type with partitioning. I show the same approach but without partitioning. The principle is the same here. We pass all the needed fields and load the schema and also the dependency between dataset and table. The clustering is also passed here with tables.get if the element is not passed it will retrieve none in this case. And in this case, I need to don't pass the element concerning the partitioning. I have my two nodes, and my method is ready, and I invoke this method from the main py file here, and my use case and the code is finished. I here will generate the BigQuery dataset, and here all the tables for my dataset. Then after this, if I want, for example, to evolve my code, no need to change the code again. In this case, I only need to change my configuration, my JSON input configuration. And for example, if I need to add a new dataset, I will copy this block, a new block, for example, with a new dataset, Pulumi 2, for example. And in this case, it will generate a new dataset with the list of tables inside. The code is scalable and also evolutive. And also elegant because in this case, I can evolve my code very easily without change the Python logic. I think I showed all the needed pieces of code. Also a detail, I think it's good. For the CI, I will explain the CI part after. I will firstly launch the use case from my local machine. I have my shell session here. I will close this element. Sorry, it's not the good element. And with this syntax, I will load the current project, dataset tables BQ Pulumi. And in this case, I will launch some command line from the Pulumi CLI to firstly launch a Pulumi preview. The Pulumi preview will log all the changes for the current infrastructure. And before to launch the Pulumi command line and allows the current CLI to be authenticated to Google Cloud, I need to authenticate my shell to Google Cloud. I can do that with application default credential, gcloud auth application default login. It will authenticate my current local machine and shell session with my current user. And then I think it will be okay. I click on this button and I am authenticated in Google Cloud. Then the Pulumi CLI and SDK can detect the credentials generated by application default credential. And then I can, for example, if I go in the current root infra folder containing all the infra logic with Pulumi, I can, for example, launch this command line, Pulumi preview, and this option diff allows to show in detail all the changes for the current code. I launch this command. Yes, I also need to pass a paste phrase because we have the concept of secrets with Pulumi, and I will, for example, here add a command line with a fake paste phrase, for example, in this case, and launch again my command line with Pulumi. The Pulumi logged here all the changes, and in this case, the current infra as code will create firstly a dataset. I have my dataset called Team League row Pulumi, and then it will create this table in the current dataset, and then it will do the same for the second dataset, and I have this table, team_stat_row, inside the second dataset. The log indicates that the infra will be installed and generated without issue and as expected in Google Cloud. In this case, I can launch a second command line to create my infra in Google Cloud with Pulumi up and diff. And in this case, I will launch this command line. Then I have the same log because the Pulumi update uses again the preview. And at the end, I can perform the creation in the Google Cloud Platform. I will enter the yes option here. And also a detail, as I explained previously, in this case, I used a stack called dev for the execution from my local machine. The use case is okay. I will jump on BigQuery, refresh the current page in BigQuery. And normally, I have created my two datasets, TeamLeague Pulumi and TeamLeague Raw Pulumi. Inside the dataset, I have my expected table here and the second expected table for raw data. The use case is good and finished for the local part. I will, at the end, from my local machine, I will destroy my infra in Google Cloud. The log indicates that my dataset and tables will be deleted, and it's good. Then I will enter the yes options to destroy my dataset and tables in BigQuery. Pulumi destroying all the dataset and tables. The destruction is complete. I go again in BigQuery page. I load it. And the dataset was deleted as expected. I think it's good for the execution from my local machine and the dev stack. I will do the same here from Cloud Build and the CI tool. And I will jump on my three Cloud Build YAML files and Cloud Build jobs. I created three files, one for preview, the second for update, and the last for the destroy. If I go to the preview, I will firstly, with Cloud Build, use a step from Pulumi Python Docker image. I set a version here, and I created a dedicated requirement.txt file for the CI part. And in this case, I only need to propose the Pulumi GCP Python package. And I will, in this example, install this package in my container and Cloud Build. We can optimize this part with Pulumi, for example. We can, for example, generate a custom Docker image. The custom Docker image can add a from this image. And then we can install this Python package directly in the container to save time. For simplicity, in this use case, I don't show this approach to create our custom Docker image. For simplicity, in this case, we will install this package directly in the container. That's why here I indicate that the current working directory is infra. In this case, infra is a root folder containing all the code for my infra part. I also pass the current passphrase, as I explained, for the local execution. I pass the GCP fake passphrase. I install the Python package in the container and Cloud Build. Then with this command line, I can select a stack for the execution concerning the CI part. As I explained previously, in this case, I have a stack called main, and I can, with this command line, select the stack if it exists. And this option will create the stack if it don't already exist. I have this command line, Pulumi preview diff, is the same command line I executed previously from my local machine. And in this case, the current Cloud Build job will preview all the infra code in the main stack in an isolated environment, an isolated infra. In my README file, I stored some command line, and I have this command line to launch the Cloud Build job from my local machine and launch the preview for the current infra code. I go to my shell and in the root of my project, I launch my command line with Cloud Build and authenticate again. And then normally my Cloud Build job will show all the elements that will be created in my current infra. Also a detail, in the local execution, I used a virtual environment, but for the execution from the CI part, I don't use this virtual environment because by default, Docker is ephemeral. And in this case, no need to use a virtual environment. I directly installed the Python package in my container, and then I can execute the Pulumi code directly from my container. That's why here in my option, in the Pulumi YAML option, I don't given the option with the virtual env. I only given this runtime with Python, and then each stack will give, for example, the dedicated project. It's an important aspect and detail here. No need to use a virtual environment. We directly install the Python packages, select the stack, and launch the command line from the preview. The Cloud Build job is finished. We have the expected log with the current dataset and also the dataset and also the table. The same for the second approach. I think it's good. We can launch the second command line and Cloud Build job to update the infra in Google Cloud. We will create and generate the infra in Google Cloud and show the second YAML file and job. The principle is the same as the preview part. We install the Python package here in this separate job. We select the current stack, and then we launch this command line, Pulumi up with diff option and also the yes option, because we can directly, with the Pulumi up command line, indicate that we want to create and generate the infra in Google Cloud, and no need to have some interactive approach in, for example, in a current execution. We can directly pass the yes option and generate this infra in Google Cloud. It will take you a second to finish. And then I can show the destroy part. The principle is the same, the approach is similar, but no need in this case to install the Python package in the container, because the destroy will detect the current state for Pulumi and then destroy the infra in Google Cloud with diff and also the yes option to directly destroy the infrastructure. We generated the element in Google Cloud. I refresh my BigQuery page, and normally in this case We generated my first dataset, TeamLeak Pulumi with the table, and also the second dataset with the table. And the infra was generated as expected and is great in this case. At the end, we will launch the destroy. In the README file, I have my command line for the destroy, and launch this command to destroy the infrastructure in Google Cloud. For simplicity, in this use case, the cloud build jobs were executed from the cell session and the local machine, but we could have used also some manual triggers from Google Cloud and also from our local machine. A little detail also for cloud build. In this case, in the official Pulumi documentation, I saw a configuration for a substitution variable with a current token, but in my case, in my example, my execution worked correctly with Cloud Build without the need to pass an extra parameters for token. And I, to be honest, we prefer to launch our jobs without the need to pass some long-lived token or maybe also an access token, and directly we'll use the service account used for Cloud Build. And in this case, normally in the container, the Pulumi SDK is directly authenticated, because in the current runner and execution from Cloud Build, normally the Pulumi SDK can be authenticated with application default credential and the current context. The destroy part is finished. I go again in BigQuery, refresh my page, and my dataset were deleted as expected, and I think it's good. The use case is finished. I show a little bit my current bucket containing all the remote state for Pulumi. In this case, I given a main root folder in GCS, and I have this folder Pulumi, and this element contains all the stacks. And I think in the stacks, I have access to each isolated infra. I have here an isolated infra for the dev stack and another isolated infra for the main stack. I think the use case is finished. We showed how to configure a list of datasets and tables in a Json configuration file, how to load this file with Pulumi and Python SDK, and show the code to create the dataset and tables with the preview, the update, and at the end of the use case, the destroying part for the current project. We showed how to launch it from our local machine and shell session with the Pulumi SDK and CLI, and how to launch it in a CI and serverless tool like Cloud Build in Google Cloud. It was a pleasure for me to be here with you to present this use case with the community. Feel free to support us and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and see you soon. Bye bye.